All right, thanks for looking over my board. Now to kind of tie it to social work practice. I work with families currently. I visit them in their homes, new moms or expecting moms, and a vision board is something that I would use in my practice to help them kind of determine their own goals and think about how they see themselves. So figured that the best way to help explain that to the families that I work with is to actually do one and have that experience so I could kind of share it with them. I have brought my board to visits. Actually, you might see there was a stain on there that was from one of my little children friends. But the moms have enjoyed me being able to share some of myself and some of the things that I see that I would like to be doing in my future. The good thing about a vision board is you can go as deeply into conversation with your client or your patient or whoever you're working with, or as little as you would like to. Because it's just visual, you can just step back and say, okay, this is my vision board, and you can make one as you see fit. And if you feel that there is the need to describe it a little more, provide more detail or more context, and still can do that safely within your revealing of yourself, then that's a way that you can do that too. Everything with visual is, of course, up for interpretation. So when I show my board with something that I might think is pertinent to me, may have a good meaning for me, may have a different meaning for somebody else. So the not an outsider, one example of that, where I feel it's me teaching myself that I'm not an outsider and I'm as welcome and as important in any conversation, in any job, or any role that I choose to be in as anybody else. Another person might take that as, to say that they're an outsider is an insult. The example that this happened was when I brought my board into a family and they were from out of state. And of course, Mainers, sometimes we're really protective of our Mainer status. And so she thought that maybe I was indicating that I didn't appreciate people from out of the state, which certainly wasn't it. But it just goes to show that everyone has their own interpretation of what's going on. Social welfare policy. This board doesn't make any direct change to social welfare policy, but it does help me kind of center my ideals of where I would like to be moving towards in the future. Social work research, all the work that we've done in our master's program, and if you went to the bachelor's program, all that work as well, comes into this evaluation and is a form of research when you're doing it on yourself. Human behavior in the social environment, I think that this board would really work well when you're discussing that or trying to think of a human's behavior and how they might be reading their situation in life. Given an opportunity to spend some time doing a craft or thinking about their past and what they see their future to be, would be a really great way to work with a client and help them identify what their next step might be. Field practicum, my work that I've done is with families has been my field practicum, and again using this with the families to help them set up an ideal of what their vision is. It could be anything. It could be learning child proofing. It could be buying a house. It could be making a change in their own personal habits. And this was a great way to bring that into my practice. My electives didn't connect to this. My electives were in gerontology. I had an idea that I would be working with a elderly population as I moved into my own practice, and what I find myself more pulled to is working with families in the preventative work that I do, and working within substance use treatment programs. So my electives didn't tie to this, but it is something that I'm sure will affect my practice in the future, those electives. So that is all of my information. I really appreciate you watching my video, and any comments that you want to share. Thank you. Bye.